talk a little football. Today's episode of the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show is brought to you by Yahoo Fantasy. Fantasy football is back. You can fire up the group chat, get your draft board ready, and buckle up for a season filled with breakouts, busts, and all the overreactions in fantasy. We live for it's all going down on Yahoo Fantasy this year. The UCSS Fantasy League is back on Yahoo, and we are thrilled about that. To celebrate 28 years of fantasy greatness, Yahoo Fantasy is dropping 28 big new features over 28 days, giving you more ways to play, more ways to draft, and more ways to win. It all begins on August 4th. Stay tuned and get started by creating or joining Yahoo Fantasy Football at yahoofantasy.com/LockedOnNFL. That is yahoofantasy.com/LockedOnNFL. And let's make this fantasy season the best one yet. Guys, let's talk a little quarterback battle. Kenny Pickett obviously out for a bit of time. We don't know the exact amount, but we know he's out with a hamstring injury. And that means the four-person quarterback battle has turned into a three-person quarterback battle for the time being. We went into the week before we knew about the Kenny Pickett injury under the assumption, and we've talked about it on the show, that it felt like it was Flacco and Kenny battling for that QB1 spot, and the two rookie quarterbacks kind of battling out with each other to see who's ahead on the pecking order once the first depth chart comes out. But now with Kenny Pickett out, Tyvis, does it feel like Joe Flacco has become the de facto QB1? Is this now officially his job to lose, or can one of the rookie quarterbacks still show enough in these training camp practices, joint practices, etc., to catch the 41-year-old veteran?
I mean, I think there's a lot of time. If there's still a true open competition, then there's a lot of time. You know, as far as the Kenny Pickett thing goes, the saying is you can't make the club in the tub. So he's got to get healthy to challenge Joe. But I think that they always wanted to go with a veteran quarterback to at least start the season off. And Joe Flacco right now is the only healthy option for you. Not saying that Dylan and Shador can't do things to push that envelope, but it was just so much talk about how those guys just weren't ready. You know, those guys still got some learning to do and all of those things that I think you don't really want to throw them out there game one. I think you want to let them sit for a couple of Sundays, see how things roll, and then get them in the game and, you know, make your evaluations from there. So to answer your question, yes, Joe Flacco is QB1 for the time being. And according to Jason and Zach and everybody out there that's been watching, he's looked the best anyway. So, therefore, you should go with him.
G? You know, in a book I once read, it said the best laid plans of mice and men often go awry. So when you are out there, this is the great thing about the game of football, is so eloquently put. Tyvis said you can't make the club from the tub. And that game of football is a savage sport. And what happens, you can't always control what you got. I thought Kenny Pickett had a nice day the other day. And then it came out he had a hamstring injury. Now listen, I don't like to give up no reps because you know how it is. If you leading and you winning and you getting first team reps, good. The NFL still continues to stand for not for long. And every day every month, you got to play Planet Fitness. That gym membership come up every month, whether you go 1 day or 2 days. So when you out there on that practice field, anything can happen. So now, Kenny Pickett is off the field. That gives more opportunity. And here's the thing about opportunity that really gets you is because when you get the opportunities and you make the most of those opportunities, right now it's just practice. But every single time that the schedule ratchets up, Tyvis will tell you better than I can. If you ball out in OTAs, that's cool. If you ball out in training camp in shorts, that's cool. But if you ball out in pads, that's a little more extra.
It is.
You ball out when you play in the inner squad in the scrimmages against the other team.
Oh,
that's another one.
That's next week.
That's next week.
Carolina.
Then
Carolina next week.
By the time you get to preseason, a lot of people be like, preseason compared to minicamp, that might as well be 3 years ago. Because now you're on TV.
Yeah.
Now, and when you drop dimes and you play well on TV, then the coaches start saying, hey, how's the two young kids looking? Hey man, coach, we throwing a lot at them, but they ain't swimming. You see that throw he made on there on the goal line? That was a nice throw.
Really, what the preseason does also is that, see, right now you can disguise it. You can have a reporter say, "Oh, he's not looking that great," or "This is blah blah blah." It's not that. He's not what I thought he was. But you know what happens in the preseason? It's access to all 32 teams.
Bro,
all can watch that tape. So you go out there, you make some plays in that preseason. It goes from well, maybe we can hide this guy, maybe we can cut this guy and hide him and bring him back on practice squad. You ball out in that preseason, it goes into the fact that if we release this guy, we're not going to get him back. Like that's where you need to be if you're trying to make a squad. If we release this guy, we're not going to bring him back on practice squad because somebody's going to claim him.
Can Joe get caught? Sure. Listen, Kenny Pickett is 27, Joe 41. Kenny Pickett pulled a hamstring. What if Joe moved the wrong way and his arm? See, this is the thing right now. They is one quarterback or one step away from you ain't got no choice but to be giving these dudes.
That's true.
So I mean, it's not like he's a spring chicken. That's the reason why when they was tapering his reps, people say, well, Joe's not getting reps either. They like, listen, we know what Joe is. We not look, now at this point, Bull. You can say, okay, Joe's the guy. Yeah. But you really going to put Joe in harm's way like that?
No, definitely not. And to your point, and to Mike saying, well, is it Joe Flacco's job to lose? I wouldn't put it that way, because the only way he's going to lose the job is if he got hurt. Can the other guys, Shedeur, Dylan Gabriel, take the job from him? Yeah, it's possible. Mm-hmm. It's unlikely.
But they gotta play. They gotta
play out of their mind.
You gotta be like
to me,
because you owe it to me if you're Kevin Stefanski. And we could talk all till we're blue in the face about they have nothing till they have a great quarterback, and that's true. And they're probably not going to win. So what's the point of winning 6? All of that's true if you use just your brain. If you treat your brain as a computer. But it's not just that. Coaches want to win. Players want to win, especially veteran players want to win. And so I believe you owe it to the team, and the coach owes it to himself, to put out the quarterback that gives them the best chance to win. And it's impossible for me to believe right now that Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders would give them a better chance to win than Joe Flacco. It is just very unlikely. What? And that's why, unless those guys, either of them, completely forget what the fans see or the media. Unless one of those guys convinces the coaching staff, I got to start this guy. He's just too good. He looks great. He's doing everything right. He's making every throw. He's picking up every read. He's calling. He's doing things that rookies shouldn't do. Unless we get to that point, I think Joe Flacco has to be the starter. Joe Flacco's not going to lose the job because he makes bad throws in practice. He's only going to lose the job as if it's stolen from him by one of the young guys.
I came in as a freshman, and there was this guy. Shout out to wherever you at. Shout out to Mike Fox. I came in, and I said, man, Mike Fox was from a small town. He went to Sycamore, and he was just, he had red hair. And he wasn't necessarily fast. I'm like, I'm faster than him. He wasn't necessarily the strongest dude in the world. I'm like, come on, man. And he didn't have none of my swag. I make plays, bro. I'm back here. And I let you know. But you know what I learned at camp? It was almost impossible to get his minutes. Because he never had no mental mistakes. Every time they asked who was doing what in the room, he always had the right answer. He was never late to nothing. He was always on the list of the people that they say is the working the hardest. The weight room coach say, oh, who is working today? We got a list every day. We compete. His name is there. So the thing is, yeah, you can make plays, but it's hard to get rid of what a veteran already knows.
That's right.
He could roll out of bed and know it's cover 2 immediately. It's something to be said that I done seen every coverage possible.
Let me ask you, to your point, G. If you're the Bengals you're Al Golden, the Bengals defensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. All right, a Bengal defense that was awful last year. It's a little better at the end of the year. You're hoping it's better. But right now, you don't have Trey Hendrickson.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're Al Golden right now, who do you want to be the quarterback for the Browns in Week 1?
Dylan Gabriel.
One of the young guys.
Absolutely.
I need Dylan Gabriel immediately. I'm come on
You
over
don't
here.
want Joe Flacco.
You don't want Flacco.
Not that you're scared of Joe Flacco.
No, but he if he catch that lightning in a bottle
Yeah,
again, he will shred your secondary.
He has, and he already. So, and this is not a knock to the guys, because to me, you don't already know what G. Bush gonna say.
Exactly.
I would be like, listen, Shedeur Sanders, get ready to go. get your Rolex ready to rock. But this is just a football. I'm speaking from a football standpoint, and I got to be honest about football in general. I can't sugarcoat it. Joe Flacco already has the answers to the test. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
He's already got them. Now, can he execute? His thing is, can I execute? Right? Can I execute it at this age and do it? But if you saying who's gonna go into that game and not be surprised by anything, when you have a rookie and he still got to learn the playbook, which I think they're doing a great job of. Then plus it's a lot of things that those defenses are going to try to do as coordinators. That they know you playing Week 1. We saw DTR look crazy during the preseason. Man, he got out there against them Ravens and them Steelers. They had that. He was looking around. He was running into hits, and he kept getting hit all hard. Every time you look, his mouth
Like a
was
helicopter top.
Yeah.
his mouth was bloody. I'm like, DTR, how you have a helmet on? How are you getting beat up that bad? Like, you're a quarterback. They're supposed to protect you. But you look at it now. Here's the track you should want. You're supposed to be jockeying to move up the timetable from the rookies. If the timetable was Week 8 because you thought they were slower, if you get more reps, maybe that timetable is Week 6.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Week 5. Maybe they ain't gonna be swimming at that point.
And as you say, with a 40-year-old quarterback, I mean, how long is he going to last?
Well, I think they're gonna probably use them. If Kenny Pickett is out for an extended time, they probably gonna use that preseason to give a ton of reps to the young guys. I don't
100%,
know. I don't know. Like Joe Flacco might get a series, maybe a quarter.
Series or two in the second game. That's it.
About it.
That's
Rest of the 11 quarters.
I mean,
11
because I
quarters
think
change.
you're preparing your quarterbacks for. At the fact that I keep saying it, Joe Flacco, he's gonna come out there. He might look good, but at some point, it's gonna
Can't
fall.
make it through the whole season.
Exactly.
You know that.
So you have to have the next guy ready for
Yeah.
when that takes place.
Yes.
And I think now with Kenny Pickett out of the fold, you're going with your two young guys. Give them as many reps as possible.
Remember, they might have to play in Week 1, right?
Who like think about
you
it.
said.
Like you don't like this is the thing about it. You can go in football. That's why I tell people it'll play out. If you in one of the factions, any faction, you want to see one quarterback play, it all work out. That's how football is. And I'm gonna say that why Joe Flacco will be the default guy. Let me show you this. And I just thought about it. It just hit me. The rookies might have been able, if they had a full stable of running backs.
Yeah, the Judkins thing.
The
really
Judkins, if you had a full stable of running backs, think about it. Judkins, we don't even know if he playing. He on the Ortiz list. We don't even know if he playing right now. He ain't got no contract, no money.
Yeah.
Think about it. Jerome Ford. We have not seen Jerome Ford in a practice yet.
He practiced yesterday.
He
Just got his first practice.
And G, where you're going is exactly what.
All right, so let's give us, and we'll get back
Let me
to
do
this.
a read. I'll send it
Yeah,
right
yeah.
back to you guys because that's exactly.